I'm just going through the questions. I'll come back. Okay. These seem to be in one pattern of question. So let me please clarify if God is in mind or intellect. Who asked this question? That consciousness reflects through mind, intellect, organs of perception, organs of action. It reflects through all these layers. So when you see a spark of understanding in the eyes, it is that Paramatma reflecting in those eyes. You see a sharp intellect when it is proposing a theory or when it is trying to grasp something. That sharp intellect is that Paramatma. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. I am that buddhi in each one of you, says Bhagavan. Tamosmi bharatarshava. I am the desire also in your heart. But that kind of desire which is not against to Swadharma. So Bhagavan reflects in all layers. The only difference is that though he reflects through, he is not to be ascertained as that which is the expression of the instrument. Electricity expresses through this PA system as sound/noise. It expresses through the lights as illumination. Electricity is neither illumination nor sound. It is that which enables the equipment to express these two qualities. Clarify awareness, consciousness, witnessing awareness, existence, Atman, Brahman, Jivatma, Paramatma. Prasad ji. I would want you to write this down. If you can write this down, or if you have a YouTube, I would request you to watch a video called Vedantic Concepts in Hinduism by somebody called Swami Sarveshananda. So if you can listen to those, I have put in a good effort to define all these things in a very simplistic manner in a sequential order so that there is no confusion.
When for the Chinmaya mission Peoria, when you go into the live video, the suggested videos, that's almost within the top 5 that comes up, the Vedanta concepts.
Okay. So please, I have already addressed this and you should have clarity. And it seems like both of you had rigged the questions because both of you have similar question pattern.
We had a discussion last week only, that's why.
So her question was brief explanation, similar words. Brief explanation for existence, consciousness, happiness, difference between consciousness, awareness, awareful consciousness. Consciousness is also called as knowledge. Why? So all these concepts are already spoken in there. And that would help you. So please listen to that video. Can you recommend 3 books written in English in the past 50 years for every contemporary Hindu, that every contemporary Hindu should read? The first time I read your name, Jet.
That's me.
How do I?
Jayateshri.
Jeteshri. I read it as Jujutsu. And then I got back into it and said, "No, this is not Jujutsu. Jeteshri." It can include a Hindu book as well, right?
Sure.
You put me in a spot with this question.
Okay, you can answer it later.
I'll come back to these three books by the time I am finished. In Dashavataras, what is the ninth avatar? Srinivas. Which Srinivas? This. Is it Buddha or is it Balarama? Some websites, I have a problem with this question. I'll come back. I'll first read. Some websites show Buddha and some show Balarama. If Buddha is the ninth avatar, then why was Adi Shankaracharya against Buddhism? Please help get clarity on this. Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Natu websiteani. Whenever in doubt and confusion, refer to the main scripture and not some website. Website may or may not give. It has a lot of data, but nothing which proves whether the data is justifiably right or wrong. So, in absence of Shastra, somebody who has read Shastra, so I am not getting too angry because you have asked it in a right platform. Therefore, I am not getting angry.
Because I got confused after.
There is so much of unnecessary verbiage out there that can lead to a lot of confusion. Until we get to a certain foundation, this was what was taught to me and I found it helpful, is stick to Puja Gurudev's books. Read through it again and again. Let that formation of the basic concept take roots. Then start attempting at reading other literature vocabulary. Thereby, you will not be shaken up, but yet you will develop good roots, wider ones, to grow higher. That's a request. Coming to Buddha. First, about avatars. Whenever Bhagavan as Vishnu finds an anomaly in this creation, he comes down in the form of Avatara to take care of that, to relieve the creation of that anomaly, and he goes back to his origin. That is called Avatara. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam सृजाम्यहं परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि. So you all remember. Now in the avatara concept, though we read Matsya Kurma Varaha Narasimha Vamana ityadi, first misnorm that we end up getting asphyxiated with is that we have only 10 avatars. The number of avatars are innumerous They are not just 10. Tell me a good movie director's name. K. Vishwanath. How many movies did he direct in his entire life so far?
I don't know, probably 450.
About 40, 50. But then if you talk about his lifetime achievement, movies, how many movies would you portray? They would say top 10 blockbusters. Similarly, Vishnu has innumerable avatars. When we talk of Matsya Kurma Varaha Narasimha, they are top 10 blockbusters. It does not mean that he is limited by 10 alone. There are quite a few avatars. Right? First thing. Second, the sequential order or the chronological order of these avatars is not as we read Matsya Kurma Varaha. The sequence is different. But in Sanskritam, when you write, when you say Ramaha Ravanam Hanti Ramaha, Hanti Ramaha Ravanam, meaning doesn't change when you change the position of the word in that sentence. So sometimes they change the sequence of the words in a sentence so that it can fit into the meter. So just because it says Matsya Kurma Varaha, the Matsya is not the first avatara chronologically. What would be the chronological order? What would be the first one? Kurma avatara would be the first one. Okay. Where can I find all these details? Not on website. Definitely not on Amar Chitra Katha. That is not the storehouse of knowledge and wisdom. It's a good introduction. So you can become a doctor. Because she has some gadget which she doesn't know how to start. Go
I'm
talk.
sorry.
Go talk.
I'm sorry, I called this
No, she didn't dial 911. It got pressed for emergency call. It went to 911. There's a difference. Can someone take the phone to her? Thank you, sir. Okay, getting back to the avatar. If she had not answered that call, then the Narayana would have been taking avatar in the form of cops.
They may still show up.
May. But getting back to the avatara topic, there are innumerous. In the 5th canto of Bhagavatam, there are at least about 70-80 avatars that are talked about. Not just Buddha, even Rishabhadeva is talked about as an avatar. Though this Bhagavatam happened about 5,000 years ago that it was compiled, Rishabhadeva, do you know who is Rishabhadeva that is being talked? Jaina, first Tirthankara, Mahavira, his name was Rishabha. He is also informed as a avatar. So Buddha is also an avatar. Now, for those mindsets which have been embedded in the ritualistic practices, not understanding the depth of or the purposefulness of these rituals, wherein the rituals were being done, they had forgotten why they were doing these rituals. So it is only Narayana who can come and kick these people back to senses. So in the form of Buddha, when he shook that entire pattern, it took another avatar of Adi Shankaracharya to refix it.
Oh, so the purpose of each avatara is somewhat different, right?
Naturally.
Okay.
See, there are so many apps on your cell phone. Each app has got a different purpose. Why should I have these many apps when each app does exactly similar to the other app? Doesn't make sense.
Right, but the fundamental thing probably has to, if that is being forgotten, another avatara comes and revives.
So what has been forgotten or what has been lost could be different. So each avatara, the purpose of their avatara could be varied. Now, I'll tell you one more confusing part of avatara. At that very same time when there is one avatara, there can be a parallel expression of Lord Vishnu as another avatara. It doesn't stop him from saying that it's not fair. You can only take one at a time. If he is the real creator, then what stops him from taking multiple?
Yeah.
It's like you are the director and you are the actor. You want to take not just double role, you want to take a triplet role. Angur. Yeah, there's a triple role. Actually, two sets of twins. It's a chaos. That movie is a riot. There's nothing that stops him from that Narayana to take that avatara. So, can you tell me as to a couple of examples where there was the expression of Vishnu parallelly? That is a famous one. Rama, Parashurama. Balarama is not technically an avatar because it is Adi Shesha expression. If Balarama is an avatar, then Lakshmana also has to be taken into consideration as a avatar.
Venkateshwara for
Yes and no. Yes, Venkateshwara and Varaha Swami, Lord Krishna and Veda Vyasa. Can you remember the Milky Ocean churning? He picked the Mantharachala in the form of a eagle. He controlled that or gave us a substantial base for it from underneath as a kurma. And then he came as a Mohini to distribute that Amrita, that nectar. It is not necessary that one avatara Sambhavami Yuge Yuge. In every yuga there is one avatara. No, he doesn't need to be constipated with one avatara for a whole yuga. It can be multiple at the same time. It can be one in a certain years. But there are infinite number of such avatars. Of those, 10 are important or most important. Of those 10, one is yet to happen, which will happen in the 4th quarter of Kali Yuga. Okay. How is one to determine basic requirements? Simple. Roti, kapda, makan. Basic requirements. In a shloka, I think it comes in Bhagavatam too. There it is said, Ahara nidra bhaya maitunancha etani pashu lakshanani. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, insecurity, maithuna, to to have the urge for offsprings of the same kind. Maithuna. Etani pashu lakshanani api. They are very common even in the animals. Basic. But do I, as a human being, continue to do only those? Or can I evolve? Evolve to understand the purpose of this human life as realization, as moksha, and gear it towards that. Was that the purpose that you had asked that question?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's a relative definition for different people.
It can be, but I've given you the baseline that even Pashu have this common line. We are called the zenith of this creation. We should do something better. Is there a means to ascertain the rebirth of the subtle body? There is a book called Many Lives, Many Masters. He stumbled upon this in his hypnotic regression therapies. And he documented when people would go back to various languages, various timelines, and they would explain their experiences of past lives and how they have evolved from one life to the other. That is the recent most book. And if you believe that book, why don't you believe Ramayana? Why don't you believe Mahabharata, where there is enough examples given that Amba, Ambika, Ambalika, Amba comes back to take birth as Shikhandi. There is enough proof given, but we don't need that kind of proof. We are modern, we need some other. Okay, there is this book also. So that book is, I'm not just picking on him, that mindset I'm picking. So that book is very good. It has documented evidence about the rebirth. So please read that book. All of you actually. Many masters. Many lives, many masters. Brian Weiss. That also done. Okay, you asked 3 books. One book that I remember is very important. At least 2 books now I have nailed down. One is complete works of Swami Vivekananda Ji. They are in 8 volumes. Then the other one is Puja Gurudev's book. My all-time favorite is Self-Unfoldment. Okay, second. Third one, I'm all over the place actually. There's so many books. I don't. It's like I can give you a list, and it is a never-ending list. It's a huge. What is his name? H.G. H.G. Wells, and there is one more poet, Longfellow. H.W. Longfellow. His poetry is some of the initial ones that have impressed my mind. Then at the same level, the translations of Gitanjali, and I can get lost in it. I can keep reading it over and over and over, and I love that Gitanjali. Savitri by Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo Savitri. There is one more, and you asked for 3. I just can't stop with 3. So there is another one, the discussions of Socrates and Plato. They have been quite influential on my mind. Then there is one, Swami Rama. Swami Rama, not Swami Rama, Swami Ramadas. Now, Swami Ramadas, there are several Swami Ramadasas. The one that I am talking about is from Kerala in Kanjangal. And his books, I think, are available online as a PDF that we can download. He is called Papa Ramdas. And the book that he has is called, which influenced me quite a bit, is In Quest of God. Anand Ashramam, Kanjangal, if you YouTube it, if you Google it, it will take you to their website where you have his books online as a PDF that you can download and read. There are other psychology and other books. Fine. Okay, next question. I think I've given you enough books as my favorites. Any way to teach parents or kids on getting involved in teaching Balavihar is or equal
To math or science or sports competitions. Or better. I think better.
the way I usually tell them is you invest for the child. You have those what do you call? You have investments wherein you invest for the child for their education, college fund, and 529, 529K. Oh, a plan? Okay. Oh, like 401K.
Yes.
Okay, 529. Okay, I never knew that number. So I learned something today. So you invest for the child. Why do we do that? So that the child can have a better scope of financial stability, peace, joy, and happiness. Right? Better than investing for the child is investing in the child. Dropping kids and leaving only shows that I want to Indianize them, not spiritualize them. Because that can be a possibility only when I show that I invest in the child by being a part of that evolutionary process or learning process. So that the child is taught in a systematic manner, we also learn it in a systematic manner and put it as an effort as a family to grow spiritually one step at a time. Therefore, I would urge all the parents to come and be a part of this Balavihar. Balavihar is not just about the children learning about it, but it is about parents and children doing it as a family. So it's a package deal, a complete package. Was that what you were asking? And because I am giving an answer to a wrong crowd, if that set of parents were there and you had asked this question, thoda na.
Maybe you can record this.
No, the emotions doesn't match. You have to put in that situation, and the emotions also ripen to that environment. We all know that. Okay, you already know. We all know that she starts. Okay, I don't need to answer. We all know that we were given the beautiful gift of mind and organs of perception and action, which we do not put them into proper use after listening to so many discourses trying to at least recognize consciously my actions and emotions. But oftentimes in my workplace interactions with my customers helping, I find that they simply depend on others in simple things, not even giving a try if they can do it or not. That makes me angry. Yes, you should. Leading into frustration and getting impatient. That is not right. You should channelize that energy to find solutions rather than aggravating the existing problems. So, what should I do to deal with it? Channelize that energy in trying to find solutions for people. See, when we talk about children learning, educating, and graduating, we are we are just dumping a lot of data on them. I think it was not the intention when we started as a Gurukula, ancient past. The ancient past Gurukula system of looking at learning is not from a perspective of data overload, but to analyze the environment that we are a part of and to find solutions for that which we are a part of. Rather than we all going into software or other than that hardware, otherwise we are nowhere. And that is how we are usually trained. No, let us be solution providers. So whatever anger that you have, channelize it into trying solutions for those customers, for those interactions that you are in, that is an integral part of your life, so that they find a direction, and a direction in such a way that they don't have to come back to seek support from you again. Because that support system which expects coming back again and again is also a limitation. So let me be of support to anyone in such a way that they get that knowledge, wisdom, and they can fly off as independent individual rather than to be a crutch. So find solutions. Usually I'm not very good with homeworks or questions, but today I seem to have struck a good deal that I have finished. Is there any question that I have not answered? Sorry, I thought I put it aside. I'll answer at the last. Good that you raised your hand. She has two questions. The first question is too personal. I'm not going to answer. She says, "When are you coming back?"
Oh, that we all want.
Actually, the question should be the when is not the right proposition there. Are you coming back? After yesterday's conclusion, I don't know. Whenever God willing, I'll come back. When, I don't know. Haricha. How do we keep ourselves inspired and engaged? I have a 5S formula. First, the first S is Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya has two portions. One, Shravana, and the second one is Shastra Vichara. Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, that is one step. The other one is Shastra Vichara, to read through scripture daily. Second, first S is, so second S is, no, that is under that. The second S is Seva. We think we are independent individuals, but we are not. We are interdependent. There are so many factors that go into picture which we are not even aware of. And this I want you to listen to as earnestly as possible. For a bowl of rice to be in front of us on a table, do you know how many people must have put effort in a hot sun, baking their backs? And after having put that effort, one untimely rain or absence of it can ruin the entire crop. 3-4 months effort down the drain, wherein they go every day 4 to evening 4, early morning 4 to evening 4. And if the government does not give good timed electricity, then go whenever they provide electricity so that you can water those. And then the people that reap that bounty and then clean it up, sell it, think that I throw money there and I get this rice, it's mine. There are so many people that have put that effort, without whose effort we would not have, even if I'm ready to throw money, if they have not put that effort, I would not have that on my table today. So thinking that I am independent individual who can do whatever because it is my money, my resources. Let us get out of that. If I am today surviving, if I am today able to stand up and be someone, it is because for these many years, for these many lives, there have been these many people that have supported. So I don't need an extra reason to step out and help a fellow human being, to help a fellow creature, to help an environment. Wherein I thought, what is the return for me? Will I have free lunch? Will I have free Coke? Will I have a Gatorade? चार डंडे पड़ेंगे नहीं करोगे you'll be whacked if you don't. It is my necessity to go out and serve. So let me use that opportunity to open myself up and be able to serve on a daily basis. And in 24 hours, can I not take some time off and do some kind of seva? Feeding your cat, taking care of your children, and keeping your husband's or wife's meal ready is not seva. That is your responsibility. Expand the horizon. There are foster homes. There are battered men and women. There are a lot of avenues out there. Environmentally, there is a lot that we can do. Do seva. In fact, I would urge as the Chinmaya Mission platform to identify a non-denominational platform wherein seva can be organized as an organization. And may you all participate with your resources into that one channel wherein these many good-minded people can channelize their efforts to reach out to something beneficial, something which is out there. Wherein Gurudev says, service to the nation is the service to the Lord of Lords. And he didn't mention which nation. Whichever nation has taken you in, whichever nation has provided for you, it becomes our responsibility to give back. Seva. Swadhyaya, seva. Then, sadhana. Doing rigorous daily japa. If you are not able to sit and do japa, likhita japa, write that name. And whether it is a 5-step puja or a 16-step puja, spend some time to communicate with that Lord. That is your sadhana. Swadhyaya, seva, sadhana. Spend another 5 minutes for Swarupa Nishtha, wherein you are sitting to be in that thoughtless, awareful state, that quietude. Swarupa Nishtha, meditate regularly. कितने हो गए? क्या क्या हुए? There's one more S. Satsang. Thank you. Either you are giving satsang or attending satsang. Sometimes it can be like Hanumanji satsang to Lankini. He smacked her when she called him a thief. And then Tulsidas ji says, Diyo do satsang. Hanumanji gave her a satsang. So tell me if you ever need. I'm quite good at that as well. Meaning satsanga is a format wherein you reach out to the kids. You prepare. Come into the Balavihar as a teacher. That is your satsanga to that children. Listen to Gurudev, listen to Guruji, listen to... There are so many videos out there. Listen to them. That is your satsanga for your Swadhyaya, Seva, Sadhana, Swarupa Nishtha, and Satsanga. Do this every single day. It's a challenge for the mind to get bored and not be inspired. Om Shanti 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 Hari.